Hey guys, it's Rach, and this is the beginning of a little mini-series I'm going to be doing, or maybe you could call it a real series, I don't know. It's going to be opening rush routes to help you establish your momentum and get better games and better starting, I suppose you could say. This is my favorite rush route for Aftermath, and by the way, they're going to be going in alphabetical order. And I like to flank here and I always take the outside route just in case you can kind of get the jump on people who are too lazy and who just want to go, you can kill them because they won't see you. But anyway, coming in from this rush route, always watch here. Always watch that area because people like to head glitch there and then wait to see who comes in. It's kind of a dangerous one. That's why I recommend you should probably skip C and just come here immediately. And not a lot of people come this way. You can kind of check here, you can check there, and once you've determined that the area is relatively safe, you come this way, you get on this ladder, and you kind of check. And this is one thing I learned is just peek your head over. You're like a little mole or something, and you can see, if anybody's in there. Check there, nobody's there, okay, move on. And then you're here, and it's like, this is basically where your friendlies are. Just keep on going. I don't recommend cutting across B because then you can be shot from there and there. Run across here. See, you can check. This is a pretty good defensive spot too. Just kind of check, shoot people there. And then you can, or if you don't want to step up here and head glitch for a little bit, you can run down here. And then check to see if anybody's in the bus. Check here, because this is a really popular area. You might catch people. And I know this is a long line of sight, but it's not too bad if you're careful. And you can use this pillar to help block the view of the window. Just keep lined up, move, boom, head glitch if anybody's coming for you. And also you can check, drop, see if anybody's there. Keep on moving. And then you're practically in the enemy spawn. You can tack insert wherever you want. It's a pretty complex route, but it's also a pretty dang good one if I do say so myself. And now we're going to start on the rush route from A. It's going to be pretty similar. There are actually two ways you could do it. You could take it upper or lower. And once again, I recommend skipping. Oh, hold on, there are two rush routes. If you want to take the top one, I recommend you skip A because people will come running up here. Boom, check here to make sure nobody's rushing. Move forward, and then you can shoot anybody who's coming from C or that area. And now you have two options. You could go in the garage like that, but that's all right. You could get it's a much more wide open spawn, so there's a good chance, or a chance at least, that you'll be picked off by an assault rifle. If it's clear, also what I recommend is not a lot of people check this side. So you can come down and just kind of chill and shoot them as they spawn. And if you feel as if you're losing a gunfight, you can back down here and then same thing, just move around that way. They're pretty much the same rush routes. It's flanking and this is more of the long range side. Like normally Treyarch maps are set up like this where it's one long side, one short side. And, you kind of want to stick to the short side. But what I like doing is I like engaging like a little bit on the short side and then flanking the long side because people who have an assault rifle who are just kind of like oompa looping with each other, like, oh, duck, oh, it's coming. That type of thing. Like that isn't, they're probably not going to move. And if you can get down here, it's like, oh, hey, dude, wow, you're head glitching. All right, your teammates are engaging you because your teammates are pansies sitting back there. They don't want to get up and dirty, which is what you're doing as a rusher. And then you can flank those guys who are just like just kind of slapping like sissy fights. And for defensive routes, there are basically two ways, that you could play it from C. You could not really head glitch there, but come up here, sit. You got the entrances covered. You're pretty set. The only issue I have with this is that people can flank you from here and then shoot you. I don't recommend camping here. I recommend moving between. It's like a U shape. Kind of go up. Let me show you what I'm talking about. You get maybe a kill or two there, or maybe you don't see anybody. You push up here. People aren't paying attention. Boom, you can pick them off. Or also what you could do, guys, is run this way. Check in here because, that's a very dangerous spot. And then I remember I saw this in an Osric video, I think it was. You can see anybody's coming up there, or if you want, I suppose. I really don't like it because it's pretty dangerous, but you can basically check all these areas where they're spawning. This is more of an aggressive defensive type, if that makes any sense, guys. I don't know that it does. It makes sense in my head, because I like to be, I like to set up, if I'm playing defensive, I like to set up around the B flag or around the enemy spawn, just because, you get more kills, and you get more kills, you get more points. And the other rush route from A, and I'm getting back to this one, is you come here, and you kind of use this to cover your body a little bit. You check, make sure nobody's rushing there. Although not many people do, because it's honestly a death trap, because your teammates generally set up back there and try to camp it. Head glitch here, make sure nobody's using the alternate C rush route, and then come here, and then watch this, as I said, because you could get picked off from any guys with an assault rifle. That's really freaking long range, so watch that. And I recommend always staying to the outside of things, because that's the best way to flank. And then people who are lazy, who cut across, they won't see you, because generally there's cover, and then you'll see them before they see you, and generally you can get them most of the time. And so when you're running here to try and get to garage, I recommend using this police car as cover, just in case they see you and you're taking fire. It's pretty dangerous, but I imagine you can get here if you're getting shot at, and just kind of check. And there are lots of routes you can leave from here. And so you're basically in the enemy spawn. From here, people spawn, the spawns are pretty chaotic, not really sporadic, but chaotic. You can come in here. Nobody really camps this building, which I don't know why. I mean, you can cover there. I'm not saying camp, but I'm just saying, it's covering a pretty dang long line of sight. And so you can clear here, and people often are sitting in this area. They can't decide where they want to go, and that's a pretty decent rush route. And basically, if you have an assault rifle, you want to play defensive, stick around the B and this side. If you want to be rushing, stick to there, and just try kind of run across and kind of maneuver with your teammates, guys. Anyway, that's basically my opening rush routes for defensive and offensive styles, if you want to call them that. I don't really know how you want to say it, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys look forward to the other ones, and I'm not sure if I said this, but I am doing these in alphabetical order, so you can always predict which one is going next. Peace, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'm out.